Welcome everybody to our MIC monthly meditation. My name is Scott Quinn. Thank you for joining us. We are very blessed tonight to have with us Annie Jorgensen. So Annie has studied Raja Yoga meditation with the Brahma Kumaris since 2006. It's a meditation approach that deepens inner peace and contentment, as well as a relationship with self, others, and the divine. As a retired educator with an MS in educational counseling, Annie is a board member of Living Values Education, a nonprofit global endeavor dedicated to nurturing hearts and educating minds of children and young adults. It provides an approach and tools to help all people connect deeply with their own values and to live them. And we're also very, very blessed that Annie is also a member of the board of directors of the Marin Interfaith Council, and that we get to enjoy her bright light there, as well as the monthly meditations that she offers, Release into Peace with Annie. And we're so thrilled that she is with us tonight, sharing with us a meditation that she calls Sweet Secrets of the Divine. So thank you so much, Annie, for being with us tonight.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Gosh, that was such a nice introduction. I was sitting here kind of thinking, who's he talking about? We don't really think of ourselves so much with any kind of titles or anything. We're just these human beings that are on a journey. We're on a journey of exploration and discovery in this life. And I really believe that every obstacle, every situation that we encounter on this road, this journey in this very precious life of ours, has secret divine messages for us, each one. And it's learning how to decode those messages, to understand ourselves from the inside out. And so I was looking at a little point, a question just now, actually. I hadn't prepped this, but it was actually a kind of like a point in my Living Values education series. And the question was, do you think love is a human need? And so that's one point. Do you think love is a human need? And then the next point was, would it be a different world if everyone were loving or caring towards everyone else? What would our world look like? What what would be different in our world? I think I think it wouldn't take everyone in the world. I think there's a percentage, if there are enough of us that are exploring and learning about love, real, true, divine love that lives within us. And we touch that place at least once, and then we want to touch it again. Then we're creating a community of human beings that can change the atmosphere in our communities. And when there are enough communities, it will change our world. And I think there are a lot of optimistic people um, that believe that there is a possibility to shift our world. It seems pretty upside down sometimes now, and I think it feels upside down because one of the reasons is that we've forgotten, again, as I was saying, who and what we are and the value of who we are, what we are. And I think I'm going to start now by having us imagine imagine a loving world. So you can just find a very comfy spot in your chair or your couch, wherever you are, and kind of silence yourself and allow yourself to imagine a new world. So you can just listen to my words, follow along. So first, I'd like you to think of someone that you know or that you knew that may no longer be with you, who is loving and kind. So it can be someone you're with now, someone you knew in the past, or if it needs to be, it could be a hero figure from history or from a fantastic, novel or something you read, but someone that has stuck in your mind as a hero actor. Think about that person's attitude, what kind of attitude they have or they had, and how they probably helped or served others. So having that in mind, just imagine a world, a world in which everyone was loving, everyone was kind. We know it would be a different world. So imagine just in this moment that you step into your Viman or your special little airplane, imaginary, in your mind, and you fly through the beauty of a beautiful sky. And when you look down below, you're able to see the people down below. And you can see that leaders in different countries are embracing each other, have good communication with each other, and treat each other with great respect. And that the citizens in all of those countries are happy, are engaged, are creative, are really free because there's so much love in the world that supports each and every one. And in your little airplane, you can fly down kind of invisibly and look closely at the faces of the people in this world. And you can see in their eyes, in their smiles, that they're full of happiness, full of peace and joy, very naturally. And as you continue to fly in your little viman or little airplane, you see all different types of businesses and enterprises and all of the people, the scientists, the business people, the researchers, the creators of all kinds of wonderful things. They're all content. They're all at peace. And they're filled with natural love without any feelings of being threatened or fearful of anything or anyone. And then you come to a beautiful, beautiful lake that's full of sparkly diamond light. And so you decide to come down to that place. And you get out of your little plane. And fortunately, you brought a blanket with you. So you sit on the ground and just bask in the sun and the beauty of the reflection of the water. And you can see families, children, all kinds of people enjoying just being. You don't hear any arguments and the children all get along well. And that energy of well-being, peace and love and harmony just soaks into every part of your being deeply. And it touches a place within you that is very aware that yes, I am like them. I am a pure, peaceful, powerful, blissful, very loving, kind being inside this body. And you have another realization that, yes, I have this wonderful body, but I am separate. I am something very special inside this body. The body is like like a beautiful jewelry case. That's how it feels. And if we go inside and we can open up that case, we realize we can see in our thoughts that I am a diamond light. I am pure, beautiful, energetic light. And that the reason I'm here is to express and give to this world the jewels, my specialties that live within me. To feel them first myself, my virtues, my qualities, and to share them naturally with everyone else. And that when we see each other as these diamond lights that live within, that can never be extinguished, and we acknowledge these qualities, the purity of the soul underneath, we've accumulated over a long period of time. We've had many interactions and situations with each other, with nature, and many have been wonderful situations, wonderful hidden memories inside. And other ones have been difficult and challenging. But when we've learned to face with the power of the supreme energy above us, the supreme light, when we can face those difficulties and slow the mind down, we can see that those difficulties were a gift. I just needed to see it a little differently. I needed to see it from a perspective of love. Love of our supreme parent, if you want to call it that, the supreme light. A gift for myself, to overcome some of the old patterns or habits that I had accumulated in those moments when I forgot the power of my virtues. I used less virtuous methods to conquer, or I thought, things that frightened me or things that came toward me that I thought were unfair or unjust. And yet, thinking of that aspect of life and challenges and overcoming, there's a whole world of the world of karma, the world of action. And we cannot live in this world without having interactions, and sometimes they can be less than positive. And so at some point, if I have not cleared a particular karmic situation with nature, with myself, with others, it will come. And it's an opportunity to resolve something from the past that needs to be shifted and equalized. Yeah. So that I'm staying in balance. And sometimes, we think, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Um, and it's coming out of the blue, and it has nothing to do with me. But sometimes it is said that um, karmic situations, good ones and not such good ones, they can arrive, and they need to be resolved, but they can come, if we're open to this thought, from a past life. It's just something to think about. Um, so everything becomes equalized at some point. The way we look at the life at the Brahma Kumaris is as a cycle of many lifetimes, and that right now our understanding is that we're right at the end of one cycle, and at a very special time, we call it the confluence age. And confluence means that you're sitting between one age or one time or one something and another. And that when this confluence, which is a short period of time, when it finishes, we will basically all of us, we go home to our home of souls. And when we go to the soul world, we are very peaceful. We are very relaxed. We're pure, energetic light. Kind of like this picture back here. I was just thinking, right at the center, it's like a tiny diamond light. And it is said by many that this soul world, our home as souls, these bodies are our costumes, but our home of the soul is golden red light. It's like an unlimited, expansive field of pure light. And the soul is pure light. And so it's comforting, I think, for me at least, to know that I, the inner being, am eternal, imperishable, and have all these beautiful virtues and qualities that are natural, that live within me, and that each and every one on this planet, all of us, have these virtues and qualities. And I know I've heard someone say, and I like this, what makes us different is that we have these beautiful qualities of purity, peace, love, bliss, generosity, kindness, um, in different permutations. Because when we meet different people, we can like them and they're enjoyable. They're all unique. And so each one of us, I've tried this before, and it's a really good practice for me, and that is setting the timer for half an hour. And then number one, the hardest thing to do sometimes is to remain soul conscious, meaning remembering I am a beautiful diamond light, really invisible to the human eye. I live inside myself, my body. It is my casing. Now, even though it's living, I, the being, am living inside, I can radiate this powerful light. I can radiate it throughout my body. I can send vibrations of pure loving light to each cell in my body, healing my inner being, my physical being. And that energy also permeates the atmosphere wherever I am. So it's important, very important, to start with myself. If you consider the possibility, know that you are eternal, immortal, imperishable, and that your divine qualities of purity, peace, power, love, and bliss, those are just a few. There are many, but those you are pure, peaceful, powerful, loveful, blissful, delightful being. And then during my day, I need to create methods to remember who I am. And I can send that energy, those good wishes and pure feelings of the soul of who I am to anyone in the entire world. That's how powerful this vibration and radiance is. But it's nice to practice in our homes, at work, with our animals, um, and with that depth of appreciation to Mother Nature as well. Mother Nature cares for us at every moment. If Mother Nature did not exist, well, we wouldn't be able to survive on this planet. And though things seem at times to be very dim in terms of where we're headed, my understanding at the Brahma Kumaris with this study, we're students, is that yes, things can seem very difficult at times now, but there is a shift that is coming in the not too distant future. And with that shift, we will be in a depth of renewal. The earth will be refreshed and renewed. And our understanding is that all the souls go home and rest for a while. And then each one of us comes down as the cycle repeats or it starts again. We come down in our first body, in our first birth, in a beautiful world. We don't remember the past. We're just truly present as human beings, really divine beings, so much love and light, living in a new. So just imagine how precious you are and how loved each one of us is by a supreme divine energy that lives in that soul world. And sees us as its really divine. I don't know how else to put it, but it's like belonging to this parent, a mother, father, a being that's so full of love, peace, and divine energy that it sustains us. I think that's why, it's another completely different story, but, after we come down, we have many lives or several lives, of great happiness. But it's when we start experiencing some type of suffering and pain, that's the moment that we start searching for that being that's got 1,000 names, I think. That's what somebody told me. God has 1,000 names, because there's no one else truly that can bring peace, security, and love, divine love to the soul when the soul is truly in need, except the Supreme Being. And we all belong. We all belong to ourselves, the spiritual energies. We belong to each other as brother souls, or you could say brothers and sisters. But inside these bodies, we're genderless. The soul is genderless. But when we come down and we play these parts, we experience being male, and then in another lifetime, we may be female. And so we have those experiences within the soul of many lifetimes of the male and female experience. But it's like a switch has to go on. We need to, something switches on when we start realizing, oh yes, I am something beyond this physical body. And then realizing what we do in Raj Yoga is, through the Raj Yoga we do, is connecting, reconnecting to that supreme light. And then that supreme being is refilling the soul that had become empty with all its virtues, with all its beauty, with all its powers, so that the soul becomes re-energized and able then, as it moves on after this short period of time or we're drawing energy from God, then God goes and rests in the soul world. Because if you've ever noticed, when you feel strong, when you feel really good, you don't always remember God. It's when we're hurting, when we know we've lost something. So Raj Yoga is the science and the art of reconnecting with the Supreme Being and drawing power. It doesn't happen the same way every day. Every day is unique, right? There's so many things we do, but it's a creative process. We can churn and think about things. We can delight in seeing each other as beautiful beings of light. We can pull those virtues that we have out, just one virtue a day, and say, okay, I'm going to really practice living in gratitude today, for instance, no matter what happens. I am grateful. Everything that comes my way. So that's a little bit about Raj Yoga meditation and about the knowledge that we study in Raj Yoga at the Brahma Kumaris. And I am very humbly grateful to be here tonight, to be with you. And I just realized, I think my time is really just about up now. But I send you most good wishes and pure feelings on your journey, because we all have a unique, beautiful journey of self-realization. Om Shanti.